All right, what's up, YouTube? Happy Monday. Happy Forex to you guys. It is the first day of fall here in Wisconsin. But anyways, I'm going to talk about another topic, how I trade US30. There was a lot of comments going on. There's a lot of emails, and I've been getting requests about how I trade Dow Jones. So let's go ahead and dive down into here. If you guys don't know what Dow Jones is, there's a little name called US30. This is the only, this is the only, I don't know, the indices that I trade. So sometimes I look at S&P 500, sometimes I look at NASDAQ, but the only one that I trade is Dow Jones. And this is on tradingview.com. And feel free to look at this chart. This actually pays a lot of money. This actually does. There are some brokers that let you trade 0.01. There are some brokers that let you trade only mini lots, and there are some that restrict you to a certain amount of trading positions to this. So you have to test out which broker allows you to trade US30 and which brokers don't allow you. Allow you. So you have to look into that. But well, let's talk about the 4-hour chart here on US30. I have the horizontal line. I have the line right up here. I have my horizontal line right here at the peak of the high of the 27,320. And looking for another retest of this based on when I'm looking at the 4-hour, but based on if I were to show you the weekly chart. Let me show you guys the weekly chart. Clear it. Weekly chart. Now, based on the weekly chart, you can see a full structure, and you can see that it hasn't been testing any higher than 27,320, and it hasn't come to break above higher. I'm talking about like a breakout. So it's really important to see how high this price has been up since pretty much May of 2017. May of 2017, it's been really at a crucial high. So is the stock market going to plunge overnight? No. Is something going to happen with the stock market at this price? I don't really foresee anything major yet until we come into 2020 and where the new president might end up coming. So we don't know for sure. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if something major happens, like a major correction for the stock market. But if something were to happen beyond the stock market, you have to be very, very careful. So at this stage, I mean, you can see that US30 wants to sit at the highest price, 27,000. But based on the weekly, I would be looking for a sell based on the previous candle that closed out, which was a bear candle here, right? Creating that resistance at 27,200. And I'd be looking to sell it and hold that sell for 26,000 and maybe come test the 25,600 because there's a lot of wicks right here pointing at. So very important to see. This is my point of view looking at US30. This is how I look at it, and this is how I analyze it. And so I recommend, so this is gonna be a short video. I recommend for you guys to look at US30, look at Dow Jones, look at S&P 500, look at NASDAQ, look at the VIX, and tie that back to US dollar. And so if you were to look at this and you were to compare this to the DXY, totally different structures, right? Totally different structures. And you can see that the US dollar has been really consolidating on the zone here from 96 and all the way up to 98. Hasn't really broken above 99 and increased even more of a higher on a higher leg to keep forward itself to 100. And so, but overall, you can see the two structures of US30 and the DXY are totally different. To me, I look at them as inverse, opposite pairs, and I look at them as two totally different markets. And you can see where the viewpoint of you would, based on this, right? Based on this candle that's closing out a little bit higher than the previous weekly candle, I would buy it. And then based on this candle that closed out on Friday, right, as a bear candle creating that resistance at 27,200, I would sell it back down. And I already showcased that to you guys a couple minutes ago. So take a look at this, see if it's the right fit for you to actually test it out on a demo. And like I said, US30 pays a lot of money, very comparable to gold. And so sometimes it pays more than gold. Depends how much leverage and how much lots you're using. And so this is a really big move. If you want to look at how volatile this thing is really volatile during New York sessions, right? Because New York sessions is Wall Street opening. So Wall Street sessions from Eastern time, right? 8 a.m. Eastern time all the way down to 4 p.m. Eastern time. So that's pretty much it. I know I'm not really diving down too much in detail about the US30, but look at the weekly, look at the 4-hour, and I do not scalp US30 because it requires a lot of focus into this pair, and you really have to dive down. Like if I were, like, I'll just give you guys an example. You look at the 15-minute chart, you can see how it's coming back to retest this price again, 27,000. Based on the 15-minute chart, I would sell it because it's just coming back to retest this. Hasn't broken anything higher, and I would sell it back down. My first initial target on the scalp would be 26,980 and then 26,940. Breaks that, then I'm looking to retest this double bottom 15-minute at the 26,840. So something that if you were to dive down to the 15-minute chart, I like the 15-minute chart. By far, to me, I'd say the 15-minute chart is really great for scalping if you want to capture the amount of pips that you're shooting for. I don't like the 1 minute. I don't like the 5 minute. If you find some kind of structure within the 15-minute, price out the gap. And so I will talk a little bit more about what I talk. I will talk a little bit more about the price gaps and the price zones and what I identify on. But just as you know, like I said, just a short video on US30 and how I look at it and how I analyze it and how I would trade it. And so test it out for yourself. And if you like it, you'll make good money. If you don't like it, move on to something that that you really love to trade. Find at least one pair that you always know that that's gonna be your money maker. Don't just be hopping on different pairs because someone talked about it and then you're hopping on it and you're losing so much money. So that's the very important aspect when you come into trading, that you can't just be hopping on 8 pairs or 10 pairs or 12 pairs or 20 pairs or even exotics too. And I don't trade exotics. So if you can just trade one pair and make a decent amount of money trading one currency pair. But some people want to go all out. And when they try to go all out as a beginner, they end up losing more than what they can expect. So very important not to dive down all the way, but if you want to dive down all the way, at least dive down all the way on a demo account, not on a live account. I don't want nobody repeating the same mistakes that I repeated 2 years ago. That's what I did. And so, but it builds the experience, and then it builds your levels of what you want to look at in different charts of those pairs. But it just takes that time to analyze and focus, analyze again, focus, analyze and focus. And then you start figuring out and say, hey, this is what I want to trade on. This is what I will look at now. And this is what I'm going to be specific on my goals of trading. So, all right, that's it, guys. So have a great, successful Monday. And don't let this week ruin you. There's more successful trading weeks coming up. And I have, like I said, I'm going to keep blasting through this content as much as I can for you guys. And so pretty much there's going to be content like, I don't know, pretty much every 2-3 days. So that's what my goal is, to like have some kind of new video set out within 2-3 days for you guys to watch. So that's my schedule for YouTube right now. And then I'll get into live trading again. And so, like I said, when you come into the holidays like November and December, there's not a whole lot going on. But I'll showcase some of the live trading and what happens during the holidays. And so that's it, guys. So thanks for tuning in.